Alaikum. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahushai, Bahasham, Rakah, Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all truth, faith, and sincerity. And today I just want to get into a lesson on how we are witnessing the downfall of the so-called white man. This withering process. And as time goes on, this man is ultimately becoming, that his foundation is being broken up. He don't have that strength as he once had. But at the end of the day, we seeing this man is about to kick the bucket, and it tells you also in Revelation the 12th chapter that he know that he had but a short time. So the devil himself know he's on his way out. Let you know it's over with, man. So let's start out this in the book of Psalms. The book of Psalms, chapter 37. And verse 35, it reads, I have seen the wicked in great power, see? And spreading himself like a green bay tree. See, so the so-called white man, and this is the time where he's going to be in great power, when this man actually had the whole planet Earth in subjection, man, by the way of this beast system. With Isaac blessed this man with the fatness of the earth. He was going to get the earth in its fullness. He wasn't just going to get, it's not, the Roman Empire was just a territory of the planet Earth. Through this revised Roman Empire, this America, this woman sitting on top of the beast, this system is what's actually dictate the comings and goings of the people, man. But this is the time where he was going to be in great power. It's spreading himself like a green bay tree. So that lets you know his influence has reached throughout the planet Earth. It says, yet he passed away. See? So that lets you know that this man is ultimately is going to, this is not a perpetual state. The so-called white man going to be on top. It says, yet he passed away. So over time, he's going to pass away. It says, and lo, he was not. Yeah, I saw him, but he could not be found. See, ultimately, when everything's said and done, with the smoke cleared and dust settled, it's not going to be anything left to remind you of the so-called white man in this system, man, and that he was even in power. Or just like it tells you that the Lord did not spare the old world. Well, the Lord's not going to spare this world. At least you can find remnants of the Egyptians when they was ruling. These different other nations when they ruled. You probably seen, you can come across different artifacts and relics. But in this time, this system, this world, nothing's gonna be left, man. It's not. It's gonna be like this nigga never even ruled. That's why it's known as a bad drain. But at the end of the day, he's gonna pass away, and we seeing in process now. America's on a deathbed. You see somebody coughing up blood. Their heart rate is, it's not, it's above average. It's not normal. But that's the state of the so-called white man in his power, man. These other nations is not looking at this man as they once did. This just let us know that we at the end of this thing. This is Isaiah 24:4. The earth mourneth and fadeth away. See? The world languisheth and fadeth away. The hearted people of the earth do languish. See? So when you go into that word languish, it goes into droop, or also it means to grow feeble, man. So as time goes on, this man was going to reach his height. Then he was going to begin to wither, man. He was gonna end up to become weak. You know, on all of this man, his money system is volatile. Like I said, these other nations is well, first these people just here in America, you know, is coming against the government. You know, these different riots and protests. You know, so how much more these other nations? You know, but it says the haughty people of the earth, and who is that? That's talking about the so-called white man, the Edomites. Because pride, you know, haughtiness is one of those attributes that's pretty much attached to the Edomites, so-called white man. But it said that they're gonna languish, they're drooping, they're becoming weak, and we seeing that process now, man. The Lord is drying up this man. He can't lie to you no more. You know, the rhetoric he used to push forward, the media, it's not working, man. The influence as he once had, all that is fading away. You know, he's becoming weak. Yeah, he used to bench 350. Now this week he can't lift down 200. But this is what we seeing, man. You know? Let's see Job the 8th chapter. Job 8 verse 11. It says, can the rush grow up without mire? Can the flag grow without water? And no, man. Those are the things that give it its strength, man. You know? And the Lord is not giving this man his strength. Here's the point. The Lord allowed this man to have his, you know, to have his reign of terror. You know, tells the power was given to him to take peace from the earth. Who gave him the power? Yahweh Shema Shai. But you see now the power is being taken away. You know, the throne of crown princes are being cast down, man. We actually seeing the destruction of the so-called white man. You know, like I said, he's actually being destructured. The very pillars that upheld this man is being taken away. It says, while it's yet in its greenness and cut down, it withereth before any other herb. See, so it can be perceived that this man is still in his strength, in his pride. But it said it withereth before any other herb. See? So are all the paths of all that forget the Most High, and the hypocrite's hope shall fail. See? And that's talking about the so-called white man, because this man, he got archaeological, you know, artifacts and different relics, you know, through this man and his diligent search, he know that the scriptures are alive and well, you know. But what it said, all the paths that forget the Most High, you know, because he hateth instruction, man. He understand what the scriptures perfectly say, but this nigga went totally astray. And it said the hypocrite's hope shall perish going into this man his new world order, man. And when some perish, that's a process. You know. And that's what we seeing, this sharp decline of the so-called white man as a whole, man. Just the Edomites as a whole, from the Russians to the Americans to the Germans. There's something going on with every last one of these devils, man. How much more in all, you know, when they got to deal with, you know, trying to accomplish this new world order. They said they see the signs in the heavens, the chariots, how it shines on the way, man. This information that's going forth, that's uprupting their plans. That lets you know his hope is perishing, man. He's not going to accomplish and crown his enterprise a success, man. You know, he said, whose hope shall be cut off, see? And that lets you know this nigga gonna get to a certain point, but then Lord gonna cut him off, man. It says, and whose trust shall be aspired as well. See, going into ultimately, this man's going to be entrapped. He's going to be snared by his own work, man. You know? But this just let us know, man, the so-called white man is out of here, man. We see the withering process, the downfall. Matter of fact, and that's why this is a monumental time. This nigga's finally been finna be overthrown. And we seeing signs of chink in his armor. You know, it was all these centuries, even going back to Rome. Everybody trying to find a strategy to overthrow this man. Everybody trying to find a formula to get rid of the so-called white man, to abrupt this man and his rule. But this is the time where he was going to ultimately be overthrown. This is the time where Yahweh Shema Shai is going to judge this man. You know? Sirach, Ecclesiastes 25:7. There be 9 things which I have judged in my heart to be happy. See? In the 10th I will utter with my tongue. A man that hath joy his children, and he that liveth to see the fall of his enemy. See? And that's what we saying. And the key word that liveth to see. Because the only one that's actually alive that got the senses are pretty much the one that got this truth, man. We actually are privy to what's going on through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shai. We seeing the fall of Eve, man. Jake don't, a nigga be a protest, about George Floyd, but when you hear news about the money finna crash, it don't resonate with him. He don't understand it. That's the Lord is smiting this man. That he's on his way out. When you hear news like that, the World War III talks, these other nations leaving out from America, man. And they're just scratching the surface, man. We as seeing this place being torn up from the inside out. They said the people is not trusting this devil. The government is getting a lot of resistance. But that's what we seeing. We actually seeing the fall, this process, and this nigga falling from this exalted state. What tells you Isaiah how that fallen old Lucifer was going to the elites, because ultimately they want to take the biggest L. They going to take the biggest L, and it's starting now. We know who you is now, nigga. And that's the first steps to his downfall, this man being exposed. But that withering, we actually is seeing that withering process of so-called white man. His strength is being taken away. And ultimately, the Lord is going to, send that fire, man. That's the icing on the cake, It's the book of Ezekiel 17, verse 24. And all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree. See? And that is being proclaimed now. Yahweh Shema Shai has decreed the downfall of the high tree, the abasement of the so-called white man as a whole. And I said, from these Americans, these Australians, the Russians, they are all part of that decree to be overthrown. Now the Lord's going to use all of them to overthrow each other. You'll tell you the bear is the feet. So be by the way, Russia is going to spearhead the downfall, but in that, they going to fall as well, man. And it let you know it's going to be Yahweh Shema Shai. Read again, it says, and all the trees of the field shall know that I, the Lord, have brought down the high tree and have exalted the low tree, have dried up the green tree. See, this man is being dried up. That strength. He's not being watered. The Lord is catering to his vineyard, the elect of the nation of Israel. That's why he's saying, this mass awakening actually have, sincere Jakes repenting and turning back Seeing this city being built, man. You know, the elect being raised up. Matter of fact, it says, and they have made the dry tree to flourish. See? Because we was that dry tree, but now we're flourishing by the way of this word, that water, this wisdom, and it's going to manifest physically to us flourishing. We're going to live. Unlike the so-called white man, it tells you that wisdom has perished in teeming, you know. So this man and his, you know, the left hand wisdom is not working no more. He is ran into a dead end. He can only go so far. And this is that so far now. You know? It says, I the Lord have spoken and have done it, see? And the Lord is speaking it by the way of the prophets. And we seeing the process. The Lord is actually performing his work, man. The abasement of this devil, the drying up of this man. You know, ultimately it's gonna physically happen when that fire comes, and it's gonna be a desert. You know, it's gonna be just a desert. You're gonna know there was a dry, barren place in the spirit. It's gonna be physical after those missiles hit, man, and the fire from the chariots, man. You know, what we seeing, you know, the so-called white man is losing his grip of power, man. And that's why ultimately is going to lead to him coming down with great wrath. He's scratching and clawing by the way of his laws and his legislations. The military is replacing everybody that's been laid off and fired. That's all an act of desperation, man. But at the end of the day, it's going to all come to naught, man. You know, so yeah, I just hope to edify. I'd like to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Racha Kodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. I'd like to say Shalom to the elect that teach the word in all true faith and sincerity. DTA on Bible Ball. Soon.